Hi everybody, welcome to my review of Season 3, Episode 17 of Little Women Atlanta. If you haven't seen this episode yet, this video will act like a spoiler, so you might want to watch this video later. The name of this episode is Good Deed Gone Bad. The episode begins with Juicy, Minnie, and Tanya going to a restaurant. Tanya tells Minnie and Juicy that they did well at the play. Tanya asks Juicy where her mind went when she saw Minnie's mother, Tammy, when she walked in. Juicy says, "Tammy who?" She says that she kept her composure and stayed focused. Juicy says the one thing she is not going to do is let somebody get a reaction out of her. She then tells Minnie and Tanya that Ricky Smiley wants to invite all the ladies to Birmingham, Alabama, to work with his foundation. In the commentary, Juicy says that the Ricky Smiley Foundation gives back to the community, and she wanted to invite the girls because they've all had recent successes in their lives, and it's important to give back. Minnie asks Juicy if she wants her to tell all the girls about the Birmingham trip, including Minnie. Juicy says that she can be cordial, and it's fine if Minnie goes with them. Juicy says that the only thing that she's nervous about is them all being on a bus together. In the next scene, Sam goes to Tanya's house. Sam helps Tanya decorate her room to prep her for labor, since she wants to be at home for most of her labor, and she wants to feel like she's in nature before she goes to the hospital. They put up some lights and some fake leaves. Then they sit down. Tanya tells Sam that she wants to deliver naturally. Sam says that that makes her extremely nervous, and that can be dangerous for her and the baby. And she asks Tanya what will happen if she can't push the baby out. In the commentary, Sam says that it's extremely rare for a little person to give birth naturally. If the birth canal is too small, the mother could hurt herself or the baby by pushing. She doesn't know what Tanya's thinking. Sam tells Tanya that she could die. Tanya says that an average-sized woman could die too. Sam tells Tanya that Tanya is more likely to die than an average-sized woman because her body is so much smaller. Tanya said she doesn't want to get an epidural, and when she had epidurals for her first two children, they messed up her back. Sam tells Tanya that she just wants her to be safe. In the next scene, the twins, Minnie, and Minnie meet up at the twins' apartment complex and have a drink together. One of the twins tells Minnie that she did well at the play. Minnie tells the ladies that Juicy wants them to go with her to Birmingham with Ricky Smiley for his charity, and they will be going to a retirement home and interacting with senior citizens there. Minnie says she's sure that the citizens will enjoy having them there, because before her aunt passed away, she lived in a retirement home, and every time Minnie got a chance to visit her aunt was so happy, and when she would leave, she'd cry, and it would make her day. Minnie says that she's looking forward to doing that. Minnie tells Minnie that she needs to be on her best behavior at the charity event because Ms.Juicy will be around her boss and she doesn't want any drama. Minnie says that she's always on her best behavior and Juicy is always starting stuff and she'll be there for the foundation. In the next scene, Tanya and her baby daddy Devon go to her appointment. The kids come along. Tanya tells Devon that she hopes that she can deliver her baby naturally. And then Tanya meets her midwife. She tells the midwife that she wants to have a lotus birth. That means that the placenta will remain attached to the baby for a period of time so the cord blood can go back into the baby's body so the baby won't lose any of the nutrients from the placenta. Tanya says she wants to use some of the umbilical cord blood so that it can get genetically tested for dwarfism. The midwife asks Tanya if she had a midwife when she was pregnant with her first two kids. Tanya says yes, but they hadn't had any experience with little people, and they didn't support her wanting to have a natural birth. She says that she's glad that she found that office because the doctor there has had experience with little people. The midwife says that they're going to give her the best opportunity to have a natural birth. In the next scene, Minnie and the twins go to a skin spa. Andrea and Amanda get their skin detoxed. Then, Minnie reveals to the twins that she wants to get into radio. She says that she needs a career change, and she's tired of being on her feet all day. Andrea asks Minnie if she's trying to be like Juicy. Minnie says that that's her dream. Minnie says she's going to talk to Ricky Smiley about getting into radio. And she says that she's not trying to be like Juicy. And she's also not the only one on radio. She says they didn't make radio just for Juicy. Amanda says that Minnie doing that will make her beef with Ms.Juicy even worse. Minnie says that she's not going to put her dreams on hold because of Juicy. Doesn't that kind of sound fishy? All of a sudden, Minnie wants to just do radio. Wasn't her dream 2 months ago. Maybe she's trying to get into radio so she can help repair her friendship with Ms.Juicy. And that probably won't happen. That's just going to make things worse. And I wonder if she kind of does want to be like Juicy a little. Even though she says that she doesn't. Juicy is her first little person friend, and Miss Juicy's older than her, so she probably looks up to her. Only time will tell. Let's move on. Minnie and Juicy go shopping for some grocery items for the senior citizens. They buy things like shampoo, hair dye, toothpaste, etc. Minnie says that all the ladies are going to the charity event, including Minnie. Juicy says that she hopes that Minnie remembers that the event they're going to is for giving back and not turning up. Minnie tells Juicy that she told Minnie that the event they're going to is for a good cause. Juicy says that as long as she talks to Minnie, she's good. In the next scene, Tanya goes for an ultrasound. Sam goes with her for support. Tanya asks the ultrasound technician to take pictures of her unborn baby's spine because her kids recently got x-rays of their spines and the doctor said that the ends of their bones looked triangular, which meant that they have dwarfism. And then Tanya points out how her baby's feet look different. Then after that, Tanya sits down with the OBGYN. The doctor says that the baby has clubfoot and it's more of a cosmetic issue, but it won't affect how the baby walks. The baby will just have to have her feet casted, to correct the clubfoot. In the commentary, Tanya says that clubfoot is common in little people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that her daughter is a little person. But that may be a sign that her baby might be. The doctor shows Tanya a picture of her baby's spine. He points out how the spine is curved like it's supposed to be. Tanya says that she thinks her unborn baby is a little person, since she found out that her daughter is a little person. Then the doctor tells Tanya that the baby weighs around 7.5 pounds. Tanya asks the doctor if he's helped a little person deliver a baby naturally. The doctor says no. Then Tanya begins to get a little emotional. The doctor tells Tanya that the baby is going to tell them what's going to happen. Tanya must really want to deliver naturally, because, she said that when she had an epidural, it messed up her back. But I don't think that it's safe for her to deliver naturally, because her body is smaller than the average sized person's body. So there's a huge chance that she might have to get another epidural. When the day comes, we will see what happens. In the next scene, Sam and Minnie go and pick up a crest that Minnie had custom made. Minnie says the Ricky Smiley event is going to be the perfect place to give him the crest, and she thinks it's a great way to help butter him up so he can help her get into radio. Minnie says that she had a crest of Ricky Smiley's college fraternity logo made. Sam asks Minnie why she had the crest made. Minnie says that Ricky Smiley is a good guy and he gives good advice. Then Sam asks if she has any other intentions behind having the crest made. Minnie says that she also wants to talk to Ricky about getting into radio. Sam mentions how Juicy works with Ricky, and she asks Minnie if she thinks Juicy will get mad. And is it like Minnie's trying to take her job? Minnie says that she and Juicy are arch enemies, and she's not trying to take Juicy's job. That's her dream, and she doesn't care what Juicy thinks. In the commentary, Sam said that she thinks that Minnie might be addicted to fighting Juicy. Minnie autographs the back of the crest. She says that she's put so much thought into the crest, and she hopes that Ricky will hook her up with a job or at least a connection. Look at all this. Minnie's doing all this behind kissing. Help butter Ricky up. I wonder why she really wants to get into radio. I wonder if she truly wants to get into radio, or if she's just trying to add drama to the show. The ladies get on a bus to go to Birmingham. Minnie and Sam carry the box with the crest inside of it into the bus. Minnie asks what's inside the box. Minnie says that they'll find out later. And Ms.Juicy is curious too, and she really wants to find out what's in the box. She tries to peek inside of the box and stuff. Then, one of the ladies asks if they get to keep that bus they're riding for the whole Alabama trip, because they can take the bus to the club. Juicy says that they're going to Alabama for Ricky Smiley. Then Minnie says that they can go to the club since senior citizens fall asleep early. Funny. The ladies arrive to Alabama and arrive at the senior center. One of the organizers of the Ricky Smiley Foundation thanks the ladies for coming. Then the senior citizens come into the room and they greet the ladies. They say hi, they give them hugs and stuff. And then Ricky Smiley comes into the room. He tells a few jokes, and then everybody has some barbecue and they chit-chat. Then, after they eat, they do some dancing, and some of those senior citizens know how to get down. Which I kind of thought was funny. And then, Tanya starts twerking and dropping it low with her pregnant self. I wouldn't have done anything like that at a senior center. Then everybody sits back down, and Minnie gets on the mic. She tells everybody to give Ricky Smiley a round of applause, and then she says that she has a gift for him. She walks away and then gets the crest that she had made for him. And Ricky loves it. Minnie says that she has one more thing. She has the twins bring in a giant check that's worth $5,000 that she donated to the Ricky Smiley Foundation. Then after that, Minnie pulls Ricky aside to talk. Juicy notices Minnie and Ricky are talking to each other. Tanya asks Juicy if she knows what Ricky and Minnie are talking about. Juicy says she doesn't know and she doesn't care. Minnie, who seems all nervous and stuff while she's talking to Ricky, tells him that she wants to be on radio and she wants his advice. Ricky says that it takes hard work and training, but he thinks she can do it. In the commentary, Juicy says that she needs to have a talk with Minnie. Back in Atlanta, Minnie and Juicy meet up at a bar. Juicy said that she wanted to talk to Minnie about what she pulled at the Birmingham trip. She asks Minnie what was her purpose for giving Ricky that gift. Minnie says that it was a good time to give him the gift, and she looks at him as a mentor. And if she gives a blessing, she'll receive one. Juicy tells Minnie that she knows Ricky hasn't been a mentor to her, and Minnie met Ricky through her, and Minnie was acting like they had a relationship. Minnie said she wasn't acting like they had a relationship. Juicy says that Ricky and Minnie don't have a relationship because of her position with him. She knows those things. In the commentary, Minnie says that Juicy is acting like a jealous girlfriend. She's embarrassing herself, and she doesn't own Ricky Smiley. Juicy says that radio is her livelihood. Minnie says that when they made radio, they didn't make it just for Juicy. Juicy says that the entertainment, media, and radio business is big enough for everybody. She mentions how Minnie was going behind her back. Minnie asks Juicy how would it look if she was asking Juicy to help her get in radio. Juicy says that the proper thing for her to do would be to not go behind her back. Minnie says that she can talk to Ricky whenever she wants to. Juicy tells Minnie that she doesn't understand her relationship with Ricky and her job. Minnie says, "Whoop-de-doo, what do you want, a cookie?" Then she asks the bar employee, "Do y'all sell cookies in here?" Minnie says that she's doing what's best for her, and she's stepping out and doing what she has to do. Juicy tells Minnie to find out what Minnie wants and to stop trying to be like her. Minnie says that Juicy feels threatened. Juicy says it's going to take more than a gift and $5,000, and she just didn't get that job when she first met her. Minnie says that it sounds like Juicy is losing her voice, and she asks her does she want her to fill in for her the next day. Juicy says that talking to Minnie isn't helping. Then Minnie says she doesn't give two. Juicy says that she's going to have a talk with her boss. Minnie tells Juicy that she doesn't care and asks Juicy when has she realized that she doesn't give two about what she does, and she tells her to get a life and to stop worrying about hers. Juicy says that she has a life. She tells Minnie that them sitting down and talking is not working out. Minnie says it's also not working out for her, so she gets up and starts to leave. Juicy tells Minnie to get her career together and get her $5,000 back and go get some mother help. And that's the end of the episode. I thought Juicy didn't care about what Minnie was doing, but she still had the nerve to meet up with her and talk. That was probably for the show. And then, Minnie is a grown woman, no matter what she does, and she can do whatever she wants. And I kind of think in that conversation, they were kind of butting into their lives, you know, career-wise. But yeah, once again, I wonder why Minnie really wants to get into radio. Just all of a sudden, she wanted to get into radio. Maybe she's trying to aggravate Juicy. And I find it funny because Juicy just said she didn't care what Minnie was doing. Remember, they were at the retirement home. Tanya asked Juicy if she knew what Minnie and Mr. Smiley were talking about. And Juicy said that she didn't know and she didn't care. Well, obviously you cared enough to have her meet up with you somewhere and then start talking about it. And what do you mean going behind your back? Minnie's right. She did what she had to do. She says she wants to do radio. She has a connection right there. I would do the same thing. I wouldn't let an opportunity like that just fall out of my hand, you know. Nobody's going behind Juicy's back. Like I said, Minnie's a grown woman. She did what she had to do. Minnie having that crest done, that's just from behind kissing, you know. But it helped, obviously. Having that big old check and that crest made helped. So Ricky said he could help her, but good for her. She did what she had to do, even if Ms.Juicy didn't like it. And about Tanya, I really don't think that Tanya's gonna be able to deliver naturally. Just too risky. She should have thought about all this when her no good baby daddy Nico got her pregnant. She should have thought about all this. Should have thought about the 50-50 chance of her kid having dwarfism. Everybody, this is just a prime example of why you should think like 3 times before you do something. If you don't think, you could end up putting yourself in dangerous and uncomfortable situations. But she said after that baby, she's getting her tubes tied. You know, since she doesn't like to take supplemental birth control because it has chemicals, but you slept with Nico without protection. Seems like this episode didn't really have a lot of topics. Just the main things were the Ricky Smiley event, Minnie wanting to get into radio, and Tanya's birth plans, you know, and her baby. So this was just another filler episode. I see the next episode is going to be pretty interesting. The ladies go to Miami. That should be pretty cool. I don't have anything else to say about this episode, so I guess I'll wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter at ILUMoreThanThis. Subscribe to my channel. If you have subscribed, turn on my notifications. If you want to watch some of my old Little Women Atlanta review videos, you can click on the end screen link. It should be up here right now. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!